So how many times have you been pulling cable on site and this disaster happens? The cable falls off the end of the reel and gets tangled in the reel holder. Well, today we're going to look at some fantastic products, the XBOARDs from RUNPOTEC, that can solve lots of the problems associated with traditional cable reels.
We've been using the XBOARDs here for almost a year and we believe it will make electricians' life easier. Don't we, Gordon?
Certainly do. They come in two sizes. We've got the XBOARD 300 here for your smaller cable reels, and as we'll see later on, the XBOARD 500 that can deal with enormous reels of cables and weight capacity. Good thing about these products, they also work with the RUNPOTEC sticks, which are here. So we'll see how they can integrate with it again to make handling cables easier. So let's dive in and have a look at some of the great features. So let's start with everybody's favourite 2.5 twin and earth. Putting the RUNPOTEC stick in there that goes in the mandrel in the middle, just stops the cable reel coming off if the floor was a little bit uneven or a bit bouncy.
Gives you a little bit more security. Unwind the plastic, which is satisfying in itself, before obviously the conductor can be wound off.
Yeah, so then let's just get up the speed here. Pull as much cable off as quickly as possible.
Slow down, Gordon, slow down. Ah, disaster.
Well, is it a disaster actually? Because can we just pick up from where we've left off there and carry on reeling?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? But it looks as if that's going to jam, doesn't it? But it doesn't, does it?
No, it's that the large flange at the bottom. There's nowhere else for that cable to go. It's maintained a bigger diameter than the reel itself, so it isn't going to snag.
Look at that. That's a first, isn't it? That is off with ease.
So let's look at that other problem. Oh no, the end of the reel's come off. It's been damp or someone's torn it off.
And it just winds off. Yeah, that's going nowhere. Even if it fell off again, we know that the process would be identical. It would wind off still. So that's easy.
Okay, so here's a drum of Arctic grade cable, slightly smaller reels in the middle there.
Caught you out then, so you can't use it.
No, just remove that mandrel from there and drop it on, and then we're good to go with this smaller sized middle of the cable reel.
Okay, that looks easy as well. It does really wind off really cool. Oh, another problem, that's going to get caught underneath the drum.
Well, let's have a look. Let's again just carry on reeling. Off, you'd think it would get stuck, but it doesn't.
It's quite mesmerising, isn't it, the fact that it doesn't get stuck and it continues to wind itself off. We saw there how it handled the cable with ease, but it can also manage weight really well as well.
It certainly can, Gary. So the XB300 can handle an amazing 300 kilos of cable. And we've also got the XB500 that we're going to move up to now, Gary. And XB500, nice part number there. How much weight do you think that can handle?
Well, if it's the XB500, I'm going to jump in with that'll be 500 kilograms.
No, that's just the diameter of the cable. It can actually handle an amazing 800 kilos of cable. So we thought we'd best put that to the chance of some of the heaviest objects we could find around the workshop. We haven't got many big cables in, so we had to swap in some people.
And we can see how easily it handled both the chair and two people being spun around with no effort at all.
No, and it's, you know, so these are made of plastic, but it's incredibly tough plastic, and also has these small feet on the bottom so you don't damage the floor as well. Great features.
However, there is some more features that are hidden within the XB500. Should we take a look at those?
So here's the XBOARD 500. We're going to try it with some tough sheath cable here.
We know the amount of cable it can take and the weight of it. This is an easy task for the XBOARD 500 to spin that one off. However, it could fall over. Is there anything we can do? Yeah,
so we can add that again, add the RUNPOTEC stick into the middle. So again, if the floor's a bit bouncy or you're getting a bit fast pulling the cable off and things start bouncing around, then yeah, the RUNPOTEC stick stops the cable completely moving off center. But the other advantage is we can also add another cable reel to the top.
So we can double stack them and pull two off at the same time. I like that. And with the RUNPOTEC stick in there, you've got the security of them not falling over. Yeah,
I think you'd probably put your heavier reel at the bottom, but let us know if you've tried this and see how you got on. So here's the secret side of the XBOARD 500. Under here, it's like a Swiss Army knife of possibilities.
Right, okay, so you've got these two centre sections that you're going to lift up, and then them outer ones, do they fold out as well?
Yeah, they do. So that again increases the diameter, which, but we're not thinking cable this time. We're thinking possibly some other things we could use the XBOARD for in the shape of our favourite product, the
Flexicon. Now, the problem with this is when you're unravelling it, it can be a pet snake, and we've charmed it before. But this is going to hold it in place to allow me to unwind it?
Yeah, so again, you can lock the top section of the XBOARD in place and then just yeah, find the end of your Flexicon, and then good to go. We can start unreeling.
Okay, so that will just wind straight off now. It's never easy to unwind it anyhow, but yeah, that is, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, off it comes. I like that.
Yeah, another problem solved. So now let's have a look again at possibly some smaller flexicons, so we don't need the fold out wings. We're just back in with the regular section. So again, you get them though, isn't it? As soon as you cut those restraining bands, it just springs off like a coiled spring.
Yeah, like a slinky going down a staircase. Yeah, it's often everywhere you don't want it to be. So you've uncut the straps on the side, and this will just wind straight off, won't it?
Yeah, again, so securely held in place. And yeah, fantastic way to unravel flexible conduit.
I do like that a lot. Yeah, considerably easier.
So then let's think about another problem. So I'm just putting the top back on, but I'm leaving that central expanded mandrel in place for that other problem we end up with a lot. Remember when the old category 6 cable and someone's destroyed the box?
Yeah, ripped the side open trying to get at the cable, or it's got damp, and this is just, again, solve the problem there again.
Yeah, easy. And then when we're all done, it all just folds away. Put the lid back on and we're ready to easily carry the XBOARD off.
We believe there is no competition between the XBOARD and this traditional, get over how many times you actually had to put it back together when pulling in cables. We can't floor this. It was brilliant when we used it.
It is, yeah, and all those features, and incredibly lightweight as well, but yet handles an enormous amount of weight.
But always at eFix, we're interested in your feedback. What's your cable reels? What's your go-to cable reels? Are you currently using the XBOARDs and you think they're as fantastic as we do? Please leave all your comments below and we'll try and get back to as many as we can.